Today we're going to talk about reverse mortgages. Hello, this is David Zai with the Zai Mortgage team. And the reason I really thought of this topic that is really important is because of a situation that I personally encountered last couple years. So a couple years ago, my family moved to a different city, and I'm a really small family, right? My mom, my sister, that's it. So my sister and I moved to a different city, and at that time, my mother, was going to be a lot further away, and we've grown up together, and some of the core values that I personally have learned and practice to this day is the fact that family is really important. Without health, without family, the wealth really does not matter, right? So you got to have the first two to get to number three. At that point, we really wanted to have a mom closer to us. So my mom is a little elderly. She's 70 years now. Her birthday's coming up. So type in the happy birthday message down below if you want to wish my mom a happy birthday. When we wanted to move her, we had two options. She was selling a home that she had that was free and clear at that time. And, one of the things that my sister and I really want for my mom is to really just enjoy the coming days with her grandchildren, with the family, just have a good time while she can still has that mobility, has that mental capacity and everything. We really weighed out paying cash for a property and a reverse mortgage. Why are reverse mortgages good, and why is it good to pay cash? When you're buying a house and when you're buying property, typically it's going to appreciate, okay? It's going to have its ups and downs throughout the process. In the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, however long it is, it's going to go up and down. But hopefully it continues to go up because, there's one thing that's very limited, and that's land. The materials, houses can always be torn down and then a new house gets built. So that was a great opportunity for us to really weigh it out as a family. If we paid cash for this property, we're going to tie up X amount of cash. And hopefully, the property is going to appreciate, which is great, but that cash is still tied up in the property. 100% of the proceeds used to purchase that home. Or we can use a reverse mortgage, and she would pay a down payment based on her age into the property. The property's still going to appreciate. Yes, it is reverse. So a forward mortgage means every month you pay on it, the monthly principal and interest goes down. However, on a reverse mortgage, every month that you live in it, you're not making a payment. So the principal increases, okay? So that's the stigma. However, you're still gaining equity, okay? So in the grand scheme of things, you're gonna be able to put away a little more money. You can use that for investments. I talk about investments a lot. It's really important to invest because with compounding interest, especially when the rates were super low, it certainly outweighs the reverse mortgage rate. We're gonna talk about reverse mortgages and what is so good about it, okay? There is no income requirement, there are no debt to income ratios, and there's no monthly payments that are ever due on it. Credit is typically not even an issue. However, we do have to do a financial assessment that is made, and then if the borrower has enough money to cover the taxes, insurance, and HOA fees, then it's good. If not, we can always set aside a certain reserve to cover that. The loan is typically not due, so no payments typically due on it as long as one of the spouses are continuing to occupy the property as their primary residence. In terms of the eligibility, once again, it has to be a primary residence, and it has to be occupied within 60 days of the closing of the signing and closing and recording. One of the spouses have to be at least 62 years of age, okay? So if it's a married couple and one's 50 and one's 63, as long as one of them's over 62, then you should be able to get it. However, there is one caveat. If you're in Texas or Utah, then both of the borrowers have to be over the age of 62. The funds needed for closing are going to be different from a forward mortgage. So forward mortgages allow gift money and things like that. However, the funds for closing have to come from the borrower's own funds, okay? For example, like the current sale of a property, maybe some savings, maybe some cash accounts and things like that they have. What type of properties are typically, eligible for it? So if it's an existing property, it has to be a new construction, and it has to be complete, habitable, and the occupancy certificate has to be, issued by the time of loan application. So before we even start the loan application. 1 to 4 unit properties are eligible, and this is great. If you are all about cash flow, a 1 to 4 unit will work, and that includes approved FHA condos, manufactured homes that meet the HUD guidelines. However, for the 2 to 4 unit properties, one of the units must be occupied by the borrower as a primary residence. How much you can borrow is going to be determined based on a calculation that we do. So there's no set down payment or anything like that. So as long as you meet the minimum borrowing age, I'd love to talk to you about the reverse mortgage, give you more details on the reverse mortgage, and help you out on it. And the beauty of all of this is it's all done on wholesale pricing because I am a wholesale lender. So I'd love to help you out. My phone number is 757-478-8493, and this is David Zai with the Zai Mortgage Team. If you have any questions or you want to wish my mom a happy birthday, you can comment below or even give me a call. Please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel because we've got great content and we'd love to talk to you and deliver more content. So, all right, take care. Bye.